welcome to the Blindfold Chess Podcast. This is the first episode of the Blindfold Chess Podcast. I will be taking games from living and historical players and sharing a game that is between 20 to 30 moves. Feel free to practice your visualization by keeping the game in your head, and if you need, there is no harm in looking at the board as we walk through this game together. During the game, I may pose questions on the position as we progress. Those are to help you as well. Today, we will be talking about Vera Menchik, the longest reigning women's world number one. Born in 1906 in Russia, her dad taught her how to play chess at the age of 9. Her first tournament was at the age of 15, where she came in second place. After a failed marriage, she moved to England in 1921, not knowing any English. In 1923, she began participating in the Hastings Chess Club, becoming a student of both John Derwent and Giza Maraxi. That same year, she drew Edith Price, the then British ladies champion. She won her first women's world championship in 1927, and that was the first of 6 world championship matches spanning over 17 years as a representative of Russia, Czechoslovakia, and England. During the World Championship tournaments, she went an amazing 78 wins, 1 loss, and 4 draws, including finishing with 14 wins, no losses, and no draws in 1937. Tragically, her life was cut short due to a V-1 bomb attack in 1944 during World War II. We're going to look at a game during her reign as women's world champion from 1932. So if you're ready, let's take a deep breath. We'll set the board up in our mind, and we'll begin. Vera Menchik versus George Allen Thomas. London, 1932, round 4. Vera started the game with pawn to d4. Thomas responded with knight to f6. The second move was c4 and g6. White played knight c3. Black responded bishop g7. White played pawn to e4. Black played pawn to d6. White played f3. And black castled kingside. For the 6th move, white played bishop to e3. Black responded with e5. White's next move was knight g to e2. Black responded with pawn to b6. On move 8, white played queen to d2. After queen d2, the white queen and the dark squared bishop are forming a battery along which square? h6. Black responded with knight to c6. White played d5. And the knight moved from c6 to e7. white played pawn to g4. And black played knight to d7. For move 11, white played rook to g1. And black responded with pawn to a5. White castled queenside. And black played knight to c5. Move 13, white played knight to g3. Black responded with bishop to d7. White played h4. Black responded a4. White played h5. Black played queen to b8. White played bishop to h6. Black responded queen to a7. White played bishop takes g7. Black king takes g7. Move 18, white played knight to f5 check. After knight to f5, the white knight can be taken by 3 black pieces. What are they? The black knight on e7, the pawn on g6, and the bishop on d7. The knight takes on f5. Move 19, pawn g takes f5. Black plays a3. And white plays f6 check. Black king goes to h8. After the move f6 check, the king could have taken on f6, but what would have happened if that was the case? The black king would have been checkmated after queen to g5 check, king to g7, h6 check, and regardless of king g8 or king h8, white would have played queen to f6. White plays queen to h6. A takes b2 check. King to b1. Rook to g8. Move 23, h takes g6. F takes g6. Queen takes h7 check. Black resigns. So that was a fun little game where white was attacking the king's side and black was counterattacking on the queen's side. White tried to sacrifice a piece and eventually sacrificed their queen, while black's attack sort of fizzled out on the queen's side since they could not get into the A2 square. I hope you enjoyed this game from Vera Menchik, and I hope you'll tune in next time.